senior night's in a couple days. Are you getting emotional? Are you trying not to think about it?
I think the best way to just to not think about it. Obviously, I know it's coming up, but I think it's good that we also have another game to focus on. So I'm putting all my focus in then, and just as long as I can just not think about it, the emotions are gonna be hidden. But it's exciting. It's just so crazy to think that there's only 2 games left in the regular season, and how it was only October, and now we're almost done in regular season. But as of right now, I'm just trying to focus, on the next game, and just as long as I don't think about it, then you can get sad about it.
Are your parents coming this year?
Yes, they actually are. So I'm super excited. Obviously, like last year, they were not able to make it, and I guess it's just a picture-perfect ending that they're able to make it, and they're gonna be here until the end of Big East tournament. So a good amount of time, so I'm super excited about that.
Will that be their first time watching you in Connecticut?
I think so. My mom is she's staying up for every single game, even if it's at 1 a.m. at home, it's just a 6 hours difference. So she probably seen almost every single game that I played in the UConn uniform, but not one in person. So it's gonna be very special, and obviously I'm excited to just come to Gampo Pavilion for the last game of regular season. So I'm super excited. I wish my brother was able to come, but he has to work. But at least as long as they're here, my parents, it's gonna be awesome.
When's the last time they saw you play in a game in person?
Oh, I think that was back at Ohio State before COVID hit, so it was a long time ago. My first 2 years, they were able to come around November to stay for 2 weeks, and I know they came to my sophomore year. They came to the one where we played UConn at home, so they were there in person. So it's kind of funny to think about it, but that was the last time that they were able to come and watch me play. They were here last year after my wrist surgery just to help me through it and everything. So that was great. But I'm excited too that they're gonna be in attendance and actually be there for a game.
Other than win a national championship, have you accomplished what you wanted to in coming to UConn, and what was that?
Absolutely. I think that's winning a national championship would be just the cherry on top of my, personal experience and college career and all of that. But just being here, I think growing as a player and as a person just so tremendously in these past 2 years. Just being challenged like I was never challenged in my whole life. I think those are the values and just everything that comes with it. I think those are very, very special, and I don't think I would trade this whole experience for nothing. But obviously the national championship is something that I would be, winning that would be just, I think, a life milestone, something that I always was dreaming of. But other than that, I think just reflecting, even if the season is not end, just reflecting back for these 2 years, and even my Ohio State years, I've grown so much, and I've learned so many, life lessons, just becoming more independent, learning a whole different culture, being in America by myself, it's just been awesome, and I'm very happy that, as a 17-year-old, I was making this decision to come here.
Dorka, what do you think of the experience Luke has had? Not only earning this one-year opportunity at a higher level, but then getting here and having become a focal point of so much, given the circumstances with injuries and everything. She's been so important.
Yeah, I think, her story is so amazing. I had the chance to talk to her about just, how, because I obviously didn't know her before and back in Europe, and when she played in Ireland, and just hearing about how she was a late bloomer, and obviously playing at Fairfield, nobody recruited even at Fairfield, she was sending out her highlights to schools, and Fairfield took a chance on her, and she's at UConn, being a very, very important person on our team, and just the way she's playing is just, it's amazing. And I think she's always very grateful, reflecting on that it's wow, she really just had that opportunity and she took on it. And she said she didn't know that, how much she's going to be able to play, but with everything turned out, it's been amazing. And I think it's an amazing, whole story for her. And it definitely should be, spoken about more to, people know actually, how much work she had to put into to come here and just even the Fairfield just to become a better player. And I'm very proud of her. I'm very happy she came here, and she's been an amazing teammate, amazing player, and an amazing friend as well.
You obviously come from a little bit of a different background than her, but are there similarities that you guys share in just having to parachute in and adapt to this program? I don't know if you've discussed that.
Yeah, I think definitely there are similarities. Just kind of. I started my college career after, tearing my ACL, just missing a whole year. I wasn't really sure, how many minutes I'm going to be able to play, how am I going to come back from that injury, and, just kind of taking a chance at, Ohio State, having those minutes that I got, I'm definitely so grateful for that, and just kind of working and, fighting my way back to, just get a name nationally, I think, at Ohio State, and being able to, just when I transferred to be reached out by amazing schools like UConn, I don't think I ever thought about that. And then, just being able to play here so many minutes and just being a leader of this team, I think it's just been so special. And, it was definitely a lot of hard work, definitely, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of injuries that comes with it, but it's definitely worth it.
How hard is it, you come to the country and then you spent 4 years at Ohio State and you're in your comfort zone there now, to come here, to come someplace else?
Yeah, it was definitely very challenging. I know, just, obviously graduating there and just deciding to transfer, I was definitely nervous of I'm gonna be at a whole different place, not knowing anybody, new system, and especially, coming to UConn that had, the culture, the program that was, 11 national championship. It was definitely a little, scary at first. I was I didn't know how I'm going to be able to fit in here, how I can contribute, I also, obviously had that confidence in me knowing my abilities, but I was just, I didn't know what to expect. And it's definitely been just challenging because of, the pressure, to be perfect, to win national championship every year. And the standard is much higher than I think, everywhere else in the country. So it definitely was, hard to adjust, but I think that's what I always been craving my whole life, just to be challenged how I am challenged here. And, I'm very happy that I took on that opportunity. I didn't shy away from it because it definitely, had a big place of to become a person that I want to be and become the player I want to be. And, I'm just happy that I chose to come here, and I'm very glad, grateful for everybody in this program.
It would have been easy to shy away from, though, just staying at Ohio State for that extra year and not even try, but you felt it was something that you wanted to pursue.
Yes, I love being at Ohio State. I just felt like I needed some more challenge in my life, on a basketball court only, because everything else was, awesome. I had so many friends. I loved the university, but I felt at basketball I need more challenge. And, it could have been easier just to say, hey, after 3 years I'm going home and, play professionally. But I was might as well, take a chance on something bigger and come to, UConn and see, what am I made of. And I'm really happy that I did that because, I've been challenged these past 2 years like never. I've never been before, physically, mentally. And, I think I grew a lot. So, and I think I'm still growing. I'm still, getting better as a person. But it's definitely just been tremendous growth these past 2 years for me.
You found out what you're made of?
Yes, I definitely been finding that out these past 2 years. But, we have still a lot of challenges instead of us, so I'm excited to see, how as a team and I personally respond to that.
And speaking of responding, just how have you seen the team respond in practice following that loss?
Definitely really good, very positive response. I think, kind of we're at the point right now when there's no more time of, talking things out. It's now or never. I think we were having some time to reflect and just kind of finding out, how we can get out of our little funk. And, I think we had great conversations, and now, we're putting that in work, actually, in practice and games. But, I think this is kind of the last time that we have, the reflection. And then we have 2 games and we have Big East tournament. So, I think we're gonna be great. I think everybody's on the same page, so I'm excited to see how this DePaul game goes.
Where's the framed jersey you got last year?
What is it?
Where's the framed jersey you got last year?
Oh, it's in my room on the wall. So
They're gonna take it off the wall and give it back to you.
Yeah.
So you have to bring it back, or are they gonna
actually,
give you a blue jersey?
they didn't ask me for it to take it back, so I still have it. But obviously the year is not the same, so I think they're gonna give me another one. I had the option, I think, to get a blue jersey, but just hearing back that like the tradition is the white jersey, and everybody else got a.
Well, you're the first one to do this twice.
Exactly. So, but I just went with the white jersey. I just want to be just as everybody else. I don't need to be special and have a blue jersey. But I'm just excited that obviously I get to do it twice. It's definitely gonna be a lot of emotions again, and knowing that this is definitely the last time. But just having my family and obviously my teammates there, it's gonna be very, very special. But I still don't want to think about it yet because it's obviously overwhelming. It's a bittersweet moment, but I'm just excited to be in front of the home crowd again.
Could you describe your hometown?
My hometown?
In Hungary. Were you born and brought up there, or did you move around? Or
Yeah, no, I was born in Pécs, Hungary, and that's where I was living my whole 18 years before I come in here. And it's a very historical little town. I mean, it's compared to obviously these bigger cities in America, it's just so small. But I was there for 18 years. I grew up playing basketball there. My mom was playing professionally in that exact teams where I played when I was 17. So everything was just kind of connected, and I wasn't thinking about going to another city in Hungary to play. Before that, I wanted to be at my hometown, go there to high school, and then after that obviously coming here. But I love my hometown. I always have so much fun going back there, but I don't know. Again, I guess I can show some pictures of it. I don't know, where you guys can look at. But it's amazing, and it's just it's so different, and you can't really compare it to any other American cities that for reference.
You just mentioned, playing at the same clubs that your mom did. Just how big of an influence has she had on your career, and then what does it mean to kind of go full circle and now have her at your, senior night?
I think she's been my role model since I started playing basketball. She was the reason why I started it. I remember just being young, watching her play on these little video tapes that you can put in, the old ones, and black and white games and all of that. I wasn't able to watch her play obviously in person, but she's just been my role model since the start, and she's always been in my corner, always been my biggest supporter and also obviously biggest critique. But she's always wants the best for me, and she's staying up, watching a game at 2 a.m. that starts at 2 a.m. goes till 4 a.m. and she's still up at home watching it in front of her computer, because that's how much she cares about my career, and she wants me to know that she's there for me throughout it all. Every time I would just get on a court, get injured or something, she's been home stressing, calling me, all of that. So I don't know where I would be without her, and I don't think without her I would be playing basketball. But she's definitely was the person that started for me, and I'm just so excited to for her to be here for obviously the last regular season game. And she already seen everything over here, but just being there, with the fan base, and just her feeling that support that I've been getting from the fans. She already knew that I'm in great hands. Everybody cares about me, all the fans care about me, but now she's gonna be able to see how much people love me here. So I think it's gonna be a very special moment.
What went into your decision last year to come back this year? Because you had made that before the wrist injury, right?
Yes, that was kind of I feel the wrist injury was kind of the exclamation mark, obviously, on it. But I was already, just going into the tournament, I was already thinking hey, I think I want to do it again. I want to, even though we went to the Final Four and I got hurt, even though, we had a chance to win the national championship, it was just feeling obviously different that I was not on the court. So that injury was definitely the explanation mark on that. But I'm very happy that I made that decision and come back and just being able to play and being able to like just be a leader and play so many minutes, and kind of have like my impact on this team, it's definitely been very special.
Were you thinking about leaving and that's why you did senior night last year?
Yes, it was definitely more like I'm not sure yet. It was definitely kind of, it could go both ways, kind of seeing how the season goes. We can win a national championship and all of that. It definitely was like, I'm not sure yet, we'll figure it out. But I was always obviously talking to coaches, making sure we're on the same page. I wasn't about to, just say I'm leaving and then they think I'm staying. So we were always in constant, communication and talking about it. But I think, I made the right decision. I think just based on, how my season was last year, a lot of ups and downs, I didn't feel like I've shown enough and I've given my all, obviously being able to show my all to, the UConn fans, this program. So I'm glad that I had another year, and using that COVID year has definitely been amazing.
And you got another season with your teammates too. That was quite a moment last year when they all walked out with you. What do they mean to you, and how have they become your family?
I mean, they mean everything. I think just obviously when you transfer, just you're always hoping that you're gonna have those teammates that accept you with the open arms, and they did, and they've been there for me throughout all my injuries, my wrist surgery. They've always been there for me, and obviously that last year senior night, I mean, it was just so emotional and nice that they walked me out. And I don't know, it's this group, and even last year's group was so special, and I think our bond is just so strong that like, I don't know if I ever been in a team that is like everybody loves each other like that much as our group does. And just having another year with them has just been so special, and bringing in the newcomers and Lou, like I just made a friend for life. So there's Lou. Yes. But it's so special. I mean, they were a huge they made a huge part of like me coming back. I think obviously just playing with them again. It's just so special.
When your mom is watching your games from 2 to 4 a.m., is it, as a coach, would she email you or talk to you about what you're doing wrong, or was it more as a fan and just being supportive?
I think it's more of like a mother. I think, obviously she knows that I have amazing coaching staff around me that is going to tell me if I did something wrong or something good. Like she never really crosses that, path. And I think that's amazing, because I think, I'm a pretty perfectionist, so I know when I'm doing good, I know when I'm doing bad, and obviously, just hearing it my coaches, it's enough of that. So she's just there supporting me. Obviously, if we talk about it, she says like what she sees, and I'm asking for it, but she never really tries to take the coach part in it, and she's always just supporting. And and I think that's the best part of it, because obviously she knows a lot of basketball, so she could be very harsh on me, but she's been supporting me the whole time.
You've mentioned a few times you've grown tremendously in the 2 years you've been here. Where's the biggest area of growth in your game?
I think just kind of working on that like versatility part. I think I made a lot of progression, obviously just understanding a game, kind of seeing the game, but also just in obviously offense, just passing, different ways to score, just defensively being more impactful. I think just the versatility part of like not just doing one thing really good, but like, just being able to impact every single part of the game. I think that was a focus for me, moving forward, playing professionally, just to be able to have an impact on every single thing. So I definitely worked a lot on that, but also just, as I said, just the competitiveness that, I've been exposed here every single day in practice, going against the guys, every single game, everybody's coming for us, everybody wants to beat us. Like, I think that's something that is kind of brings that, edge out of you. And I think that's just something that I don't know if I had before, in Europe, I ever been exposed to this much competitiveness. But I definitely found out that I love being competitive, and I love, I love pressure. I love being challenged, and I think that's just gonna take me forward when it's time to win, games.
Have you finished work on your masters?
I did, yes.
So what's academically, you just taking classes just for stay eligible, basically?
Basically, I'm doing another like undergrad. It's just general studies. So I'm technically gonna get another undergraduate degree at the end of spring. But it's definitely just taking classes that are fun to me and just being eligible. But also, obviously, I'm gonna get another degree. So might as well just, you know, get as many degrees as I can in 5 years.
And what's your master's in?
My master's is sports management, and my first undergrad was psychology, and the second one is general studies.
So 5 years of school, what are you going to do with it?
Hopefully, after I'm done playing, you know, just building on the psychology and, you know, like sports psychology, I think I could see myself of just using that, becoming a sports psychologist, working with, you know, athletes. Especially going through so many things. I think I've seen a lot of things these past 2 years. A lot of, obviously a lot of struggles, a lot of success and everything. And I like helping my teammates. I like talking to them. So they were even like telling me like, you would be a great sports psychologist. I was like, that's perfect, because that's what I was starting taking psychology. That's where I want to head after I'm done playing basketball.
I think we were all impressed by your 4 hours.
Yeah.